just wanted to like show you how awesome you are.
Hey baby girl, happy birthday. I'm supposed to share with you what I like most about you and one of my favorite memories. So I guess what I like most about you is that you are the best of Mom and I. You're one of the most positive and thoughtful people I have ever met, and you're definitely one of the hardest working and most self-disciplined persons I've ever met as well. So I always admire how you put everything into the things that you do. And for favorite memories, there are a lot of them, but I remember when you were a baby, you used to get upset and you would cry when about 5 o'clock every day, and so I used to take you outside and sing You Got That Joy, Joy, Joy down in your heart, and that used to make you even angrier because I was happy when I was singing it. So that's a funny memory that I enjoyed. I also always liked when I'd be in one room and I could hear you and Joe talking, maybe doing homework together, and y'all would be laughing and giggling. That was a special memory. And finally, I remember also just holding you when I would take you outside when you were a little baby, and I would sing You Are My Sweet, Sweet Baby Girl. That was a good memory as well. So I know there's many more memories for us to share in the future, and I look forward to them. For your birthday, I wish that you surround yourself with people that love you and that care for you, and that you have that for the rest of your life. I love you, baby girl. Happy birthday.
Annie, I just want to say happy birthday and how much I love you and how much I adore your fun spirit and your positive attitude and just how kind-hearted you truly are in your core. And I was thinking about that time we went to the lake house for Darby's birthday and how we flipped the jet ski, but we were really excited about it because we did it together. And how our bodies made a heart when we fell asleep. And you don't believe me, but trust me, it did. But yeah, I just wanted to say happy birthday, and I love you a lot, and I hope you have a great day.
This is Aunt Julie, wishing you a happy 18th birthday. I think one of the memories I have that I like is the time you were at the house playing the drums, and you were playing the drums and you threw the drumsticks up in the air and you caught them and then you kept on playing. And I was like, oh my gosh, this girl's amazing. She needs to be on America's Got Talent. Anyway, I hope you have a wonderful 18th birthday, and I pray that God showers his blessings on your life, Annie. I love you.
Okay, this is a PowerPoint by me, by Jaylene Puga. This is Annie and me. Question number 1, answer. My favorite thing about Annie is her unique personality. Question number 2, answer. My favorite memory is when we were at a track event concession stand and we were buying churros, but for whatever reason the guy there just stared at me awkwardly for the longest time ever, saying absolutely nothing. I'm super glad we've stayed friends for as long as we have. We're not besties like we were at one point, but I hope we keep in touch after high school. Woo! Happy birthday!
My favorite thing about Annie is that she's such a caring person and always watches out for me. My favorite memory is when we were in like elementary school and we used to go outside and play together. Or we just do stuff together. That was always fun. And happy birthday. I love you and hope you have a great birthday.
Oh my gosh, Annie's laugh. That is something that I like a lot about Annie. Her laugh is so funny and it makes me want to laugh and it makes me want to feel happy and it just brightens my all-around mood whenever I'm having a bad day. And I hear her laughing, I immediately lighten up and you can distinguish her laugh from anybody else's from like a mile away. I also like that she's willing to help everybody that needs help. She's always willing to do something out of her comfort zone to help her friends. And I also also like that she has so much enthusiasm for things that are not typically fun, and she gets everybody pumped up about it so that we wouldn't feel like really bored when we're doing it. And I just like everything about Annie because she has a wonderful personality. But Annie and I had this idea for a montage thing that whenever me or her did something really ridiculous or silly or weird, we would say, well, that goes in the montage, because we do a lot of weird things to each other. And one of my favorite stories is when we were both in the band hall practicing. I don't remember what it's for, but it was really late. It was like 9:30, 10-ish, and we were the only ones left, and there was a janitor there also. And the janitor locked the band hall door and told us to go out the other door when we were done. And previously, before that, she told me about how she saw a video on Twitter about a creepy person living in the tiles of the ceiling, and she was like really creeped out, and but she was totally faking it. She was trying to scare me, and I did not pay attention to it then. But then on that single night, she was like, there's a tile open, and I saw the tile, and it was open and it was pitch black up in the ceiling, and I was fine with that at first, but then Annie kept making a big deal out of it, and I just got super scared. And then we thought we left a cover outside the hallway, and I wouldn't let her go outside because I didn't want to be alone. And she tried to run to the door, and I stopped her. And then we finally found the cover. So I was like really creeped out at that point because everything was black except for the band hall, and there was a weird humming noise. So I went to put stuff up in my locker, and there's this board that separates the room from the locker. And while I was putting stuff up, Annie came up to me from the behind, and she wasn't trying to scare me or anything, but she did a little stomp thing to like look at me around the board, and it was really loud. So I freaked out, and I like screamed a little bit and like jumped against the lockers, and it was very scary, and I like almost started crying because it was so scary. But it was also super funny because Annie was like dying from laughter, and once I found out what was going on, that she made the whole Twitter story up, I was kind of annoyed and mad, but it ended up being a really, really funny story to tell. I would miss basically everything about Annie because her personality is just so wonderful, and she makes everybody happy when she's around them, and she makes sectionals super fun. We all know that sectionals can be kind of a drag sometimes, and sometimes boring, sometimes really, really hard to get through, but she makes it super fun and pumps us up and is enthusiastic all the way through, which is sometimes really hard for people to do. I will always also miss looking forward to drumline every day because I knew that when I had rehearsal, I would be cheered up by Annie's enthusiasm and how she's willing to help everybody and how she makes everything fun. And it's great because she laughs all the time. She's so sassy to me, and I will really miss her pocket sunshines that she makes for every individual person, and how she cares about all of us.
Hey Annie, it's your cousin Ross.
And Aaron.
Let's see. My favorite thing about Annie is her witty sense of humor, and she even can find humor in my lame jokes.
Which is impressive. My favorite thing about Annie is how she always has a compliment for everybody and makes them feel good about themselves and is always joking around with people.
My favorite memory of Annie is that time I drew that caricature of her baby dog, Taylor.
Sorry. My favorite memory of Annie is the time where she and I figured out what our special handshake was going to be, which is a super like slow motion handshake, which is amazing and superior to all the other handshakes. And it's also the moment when I felt like I was kind of accepted into the family. Aww.
See, for your birthday, Annie, I wish that you have an awesome summer before college starts.
And I wish that your 18th birthday is better than my 18th birthday was, when the guy that I had a crush on gave me a stuffed Eeyore doll and told me it was because I was always bumming him out. Happy birthday, Annie. We love you.
Happy birthday. Love
My
you.
favorite memories with Annie are all the times that we have been uncontrollably laughing together. Okay, and my favorite thing about Annie is the fact that no matter what happens, she can always keep a positive outlook on things and just on life in general, and it's really uplifting to see her smiling.
My favorite thing about Annie Heffley is her laugh, because it's funny, and I could literally say like one syllable and she would burst out laughing. So I can't list all of my favorite memories with Annie because that would take at least 3 months, and I just don't have 3 months right now. So one of my favorite memories with Annie is probably the great dash hunt dachshund disagreement that we had on the square one day. And I think on that same day we decided that we would try every soda pop at Atomic Candy, and that was really fun. But I remember specifically we asked Google Translate to say the word dachshund or dash hunt, and it said both. So it's still up to the universe. I love and miss you to death, and I'm so very glad to have you as one of my best friends still after all this time. And I can't believe you're still in my life, and I know I'm in a restaurant right now because this is the only free time I had, and it's fine, but I'm fine. Everything's fine, and I love you, and you're going to be great, and you're going to do great things in life, and I just know it. Happy birthday, Annie.
I can't believe you're already turning 18 years old. It seems like just yesterday you were wearing my hand-me-downs, and now somehow I can wear your hand-me-downs. Does this shirt look familiar? Yep, that's yours. Anyways, my favorite thing about you is your humor. You always have a witty comment to say or something hilarious you do that keeps me cracking up every time we hang out, and I love that about you. That leads me to my favorite memory. I don't have just one favorite memory because I feel every time we hang out something memorable or hilarious happens. For example, when we were little and I would force you to be my best friend, and we'd go to grandma's and have themed dress-up days, to family vacations we went on, like seeing Sasquatch through our bedroom window in Oklahoma, and asking a airbrush guy to airbrush a three-legged cat on a t-shirt for you, to even now when you drove me around for the first time and we sang and danced and did all sorts of stuff in the car safely. Anyways, I'm so excited that you're turning 18 years old that I just want to shout it from the rooftops.
Hey Annie, just a few things I wanted to say. My favorite things about you are that you always have a positive attitude with everything you do, and you're always laughing, and you're always there to help people, and I really admire that, and I'm definitely going to miss having that attitude on the drum line. It's something I'm gonna miss from you. And my favorite memory I have of you is all the snowline adventures that we've been on. They've always been so much fun, and I'll probably remember them forever. And I just want to say happy birthday, Annie.
Annie, first of all, happy birthday. I can't believe you're already 18.